Bart Heights live here at Supreme Courts. Week 4 of our play dates. Just came off a very physical defensive struggle with Pinson Valley and James Clements. Coach Barber's been around this game for a long time. We've got to know each other very well. How did it go out there today? Basketball never seems to quit with you, does it?
No, it's year round. I tell you, the first half, I don't know, it was a struggle just watching a shell of my team. You know, we probably had jet lag, but that's still no excuse to talk, hustle, do the little things. But at the end of the day, we found a way to pull it out and hit big shots when it mattered the most.
It was so physical. Yeah. I joined with Terry Connor Jr. and Caleb White. I've enjoyed watching so far this summer. I've seen y'all play a couple of times. So guys, I'd like you to go back and forth a little bit on each other. All right. So Terry, tell me what Caleb does well and why you like playing with him.
I like playing with Caleb because he gets to the spot, know when to deceive mismatches and stuff, and he hustle play.
How about your boy next to you?
I like playing with Terry because he has high IQ, and it's easy to play with a player with a high IQ when you have one of your own, and he can make shots. Yeah, he's tough.
Well, when you have a D1 pedigree Terry does, so that IQ typically is always there. So, Coach, I want to talk real quick about we spoke off camera about freedom and the freedom that you allow your team to play with. I think so many times I've been guilty of this as a coach when I'm not even close to y'all's level, but I've been guilty of putting clamps on my guys and not letting them play. Would you speak to the freedom that not only you let them play with, but how do you teach that?
All right, so before I get into that, I don't think these guys mentioned it, but what I enjoy about watching them play with each other. They they followed each other in middle school. I think Terry was 8th grade when you were 7th grade. Yeah. So they grew up in Pinson. So I think people when they watch them play, they don't see that. They know each other so well.
Camaraderie. Yeah.
Freedom. So some people say, well, he's not running. I've heard everything. He's not running anything. He lets his players do what they want to do. But I think sometimes I'm blessed in my mind that I'm ahead of the game. Even when I train and coach, I coach to my players' strength. We run sets.
Absolutely.
But people don't see this. Most of my kids have been with me, i.e. Cam Wood, since the 6th grade. Jermaine Turner since the 5th grade.
Big fan.
Theo Sankey. Even these guys. So what people don't know behind the scenes, I already know my guards for the next 4 or 5 years. So by the time they get into the 8th or 9th, 10th grade, they've been around the system so long that they know what I want, when I want it. Now, my thing is them. Give it to me on the defensive end. And if I call something, run it. But if not, if I say read, that's your option. And my thing is, I'm not going to let players who can't do that do it. Yeah. We're in the gym 7 days a week. We're training, skill development constantly. So when you put in the work, and I know the opposing guy can't stop him, why would I stop him? So, let's take Cam Woods. He let Cam does anything. So if you can't stop Cam Woods in the pick and roll, why would I stop him? If you can't stop him one-on-one from getting to the hole, and I know he's going to make the best decision, and we have shooters around us, why am I going to call the play every single time down the floor? But it's structure matters. A lot of people don't see what we're running.
I like that term.
Okay? And so let me tell you another thing that made me feel good. This past summer, and I just got a text 2 days ago, and I'm sure they don't mind me calling their names. Oxford Coach Van Nieder, Spain Park Coach Latt, have all came to me and said, Coach, I think I run some good stuff. But I've been guilty of calling something every single time down the floor and not giving my guys the freedom. How do you do that? And so when you have coaches that come to you and say, hey, I want to sit down and talk to them, I must be doing something right.
Absolutely.
So it's just who I was as a player. My coach allowed me to be a coach on the floor, and I tried to do the same with my players because even though I put on the clothes, as they say, and some people think I'm arrogant, but I'm very confident, it's this right here. It's about my players. It's not about me.
Always has been. Always has been. And we talked about you guys, the strengths you like about each other. Terry, you first. As the point guard, playing with all that freedom, and you're so good with the ball in your hands, the IQ, watch it and see it. For your level to go up and for people to start recruiting you more, what do you have to work on between now and the first of the season and show throughout the season? What are your weaknesses that you've got to work on to get better on?
I got to work on my explosiveness and my ball handling going on fast break, in tight spaces in my mid-range game.
Say that again. Say that loud.
My mid-range game.
You mean there's still a place for the mid-range game?
Don't let me talk about that.
Wow. But no, we talk about it all the time. Yes, there's a place for the mid-range game. I will say it on camera in front of these guys. I don't know how you're ever going to be able to, number one, play in the NBA if you don't have mid-range. Number two, I don't know how you're ever going to become a great shooter from deep if you can't shoot it from inside first. That's my mentality. Go with it or not. Caleb, what have you got to work on this summer to make this team better?
Leadership, like
In what ways?
talking. I feel like I talk, but I should talk more, like louder and more. Yeah, leadership.
Well, Coach, so area, going to a 3-team area now. Mortimer, Jordan,
We
and
can
Clay.
edit this part with him, but I want to
Go
hear him
ahead.
talk about the freedom. They
Go
don't
ahead.
talk about that part.
Talk about your freedom. Play with freedom.
So it's fun playing with a coach that'll let you be free.
Yep.
Because he always says, give it to me on the defense end, he'll give it to us on the offense end.
Love that.
That's right.
What about that freedom? That's my fault, Coach. I forgot to mention we talked about that. But like,
You like to hear it,
but the point is like, you don't just need to hear it from the coach. You need to hear it from the players and why it's so important that you don't have to worry about if I don't do this right here, I'm getting jerked out of the game. Talk about that freedom.
I mean, I love it. Like every play, every possession, you don't have to like come down and like just run a set. Like you see something, you just go with it. But sometimes like it's just fun.
Well, I'll tell you one of the reasons it's fun. It ain't like that when me and he played. There was 2 bigs in there.
Yeah.
You know, that when your daddy played, there was 6'10", 6'11", it was so clogged up. And like, how have you evolved as a coach? Because we talk about it all the time. You know, coaches have to be coachable too. So how have you evolved in your tenure? You've been in this game, like I said, a while.
Yeah.
As basketball's changed, how have you changed, coach, as a leader?
And that's the thing. I've not been afraid to change. I watch the game, so I look. You rarely see twin posts.
Yeah.
And even when I call them a combo. I've never had a true center. So all I know is guard play, a combo play.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I do is I'll sit down and watch the game. Again, it's not about me. When Cam first got me in my 2017 state title team, we ran a lot of continuity.
Mm-hmm.
As Cam grew, I realized that I got a player that can go get 35 and we're going to win. And these guys have bought into their role. See, that's another thing people don't see about these teams. They don't care who shoot the ball.
Mm-mm.
But people don't understand the behind the scenes of our family. You know what I'm saying? So I've been able to listen to my players through the years. I've been able to watch the game and see where the game is going and remove myself and say, hey, even as a trainer, I'm going to teach the off foot. I'm going to teach the Euro. I'm not going to go jump stop every time. Like, that's not reality anymore. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is just being able to remove myself out of the situation, think about my players, think about where the game is going. And when you watch the league, it's ISO ball.
Absolutely.
And what I mean ISO is they're going to do a lot of pick and roll. They're going to run some sets, but at the end of the day, they're going to get some pick and roll situations and make the best decision. And so I just try to keep these guys going to where they need to go to get to the next level rather than put myself in the way.
All right, in your own words, both of you, it can't be the same answer, so one of you's going to get put on the spot here. I'm going to let the point guard go last, so he'll have to think a little bit. Give me the story of the season this year. You know, 6A's tough, arguably the toughest, most competitive in all the classes. What do you want to happen in this 2023 season?
Well, both of my years of high school fell short in the Sweet 16 to the same team. So this year, we're hungry and we're coming for it.
Close us out, Terry.
This year, we know it's just a tough, but like we're gonna keep working, find things, like do the little things, boss out, rebound, push the ball, and like don't look like take every game one step at a time instead of like looking ahead.
Guys, I really appreciate y'all joining us. Pinson Valley is a mainstay now in 6A, and we look forward to seeing these guys. Caleb, Terry, Coach, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to following you throughout the season. Thanks for coming to Supreme Courts.
Thank you for having us, man. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.